When you start?
Yep.
Okay, so Joe, this is for infinitemma.com. It's the biggest MMA fan site in Australia. It's where all the fans go because we don't have the access you do in America. It's not. It's just on TV recently, but it's
Well,
not.
don't worry. Like I can't even use a computer, so the access in the U.S. doesn't really work for me as well.
No. Oh man, unfortunately in Australia we only get internet access up until recently. So to be a fan here means you have to
You have to be loyal and true.
Well, not just that, man. I mean, you got to go on the internet to watch the UFC. There's no, up until recently, you couldn't watch it, man. So, yeah, so we have to tape trade and all that stuff. So this is where all your fans here come from, man.
What's up, guys?
So just firstly, your nickname, Joe Daddy Stevenson. What does that mean?
I used to be called Wonder Boy. I started fighting professionally when I was 16, and then I continued, and I was 21, had a wife, 2 kids, and my friend was like, Wonder Boy is really, it makes you look like a kid. And I was like, yeah, it does. So, and you can never give yourself a nickname. And my friend was like, you should be like Joe Mama or like Joe Daddy. And then from there on, my friend Brad nicknamed me Joe Daddy. And I've continued to use it. It's a play on words because, I can be the daddy of my opponent, but that's not really what it's about. I got 4 boys, Joey, Tyler, Frankie, Max, great wife, and I'm a father. And so that's where daddy comes from.
How old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. 4 kids, man. That's awesome. How do you find time to train and do everything you do with 4 kids?
I don't. I kind of just...
You just rock up?
I just do whatever I can, whenever I can. I go to Disneyland.
Oh, man. What team are you with now at the moment?
I'm been with for the last year, and I will continue to be with until I die. Team Jackson out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay, cool. I recently went to Vegas and I went to Drysdale's and Cobra Kai. You were training at one of them recently?
I have trained and definitely affiliated with Cobra Kai. My black belt and my instructor now is Robert Drysdale. Okay. And I mean, it's a great training. You can go to both schools when you live in Vegas and have some excellent jits.
Yeah. What do you think? This has nothing to do with this. Is Sim Goey? He beat me senseless.
You know Sim?
He beat me senseless
Sim's
for
my
a week,
boy,
man.
dude. And he's 22 now. Like, dude, I've seen Sim since before he could drink.
Oh man, he beat me senseless for a week.
That's cool, dude. Sim's my boy. That's cool, nuts, man.
What I was going to ask you is, in America, you guys can train from, you can jump from, not affiliate, but train at different teams, right? In Australia, you can't do that.
No, we're not.
You can't?
Yeah, some people do that. I don't. Like, the guys that have been doing it a long time, we don't jump around. Like, I was with one trainer for a very long time before I met to Jackson, and that was because, of unforeseen circumstances.
So can you go, for example, to Team Couture to spar and train?
Oh yeah, for sure, because I'm friends with them. Like, you couldn't if you're not. Greg, Tyson, Jay, Pyle, Randy, those are all like my boys.
Okay.
I can't, but like someone to just assume they can, it's a fallacy.
Okay.
You definitely got to make some calls.
Because, well, in Australia, for example, you can't train into teams. You think in America that's part of the success that you can do what you're saying?
It's not so much you can, it's you do. And then on top of that, when you do, you better do good, because if you're going other places, you have to represent. So there's a lot more into it and involved. But yes, I think that because the confidence and the lack thereof of retaining everything and not sharing it has really affected the evolution.
Yeah. That's good, man, because we were just talking about that, and Australia has a bit of a problem with that. So,
well, it was in the U.S. It was that way as well. In the very beginning of the sport, because I've been doing it 11 years. It was very much like, oh, you can't go train there, you can't go train. And now, like, you do and you branch off, but you do it proper. There's no like, oh yeah, no. You still have to have affiliation and family in the home.
No, that's a great answer. BJ just beat Diego Sanchez pretty handily. I mean, Diego looked good, but I mean, BJ was pretty dominant, right? And everyone seems to be asking now, who's going to beat BJ? And you're one of the names that comes up. What do you think?
Gotta get past George first, man.
That's true.
Not a light man.
Who do you think can beat BJ besides yourself or George?
Honestly, there's a lot of people out there that styles make matchups. Love to see Gray fight him. Love to see, how Tyson dude and other people, like, you don't really know what's going to happen in a fight until it happens.
Until then, right? Man, that's fantastic, man. I won't keep you much longer, man. Most of the questions were answered during the press conference, but do you have any questions? Nope. All right, man. Thank you very much.